It was a little tough to do this film. This I dedicated to all the victims of COVID. Oh my God, मैं थोड़ी और बात कर लेता. इसलिए वो बोलती है मैं आज को मिलकर बहुत खुश हूँ. I was not given my full amount of money. So the actor they had got was not the right person. The camera rolled. I actually started bursting out. He is very affectionate. He is very warm. I love him for that.
Welcome to Spotlight on Connected to India. My name is Himanshu Verma. My guest on Spotlight today is a gentleman who does not require any introduction. I'm just doing it because I want to. Not every day does one get to introduce one of the finest actors across generations who will be speaking to about his film Signature, which can be seen exclusively on Zee5 Global. Anupam Kher, welcome to Spotlight on Connected to India.
Nice to meet you, my friend. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
The film released on 4th of October on Zee5. I was planning to watch it over the weekend, which I could not, but I saw it just before doing the interview. I'm completely shaken up.
I'm glad you saw it before you do this interview.
How would you rate this performance it's difficult, you've done over 500 films. How do you rate this performance?
If I have to make a list of 7 best films of mine, it will certainly have a very big top slot, certainly. As an actor, when you do so much of work, you start depending on the craft that you learn over a year. It's like if a very good chef over a period of time knows now how to make whatever it is. But chef is limited with the dishes. Actor is not limited with the emotions. And I can make my job difficult. I have to make use of so many emotions. The craft takes a backseat and soul comes into the character. The heart comes into the character. It's not a very easy film to act in because you have to also depend a lot on your emotional memory. You have to draw a lot from your own personal experiences. You have to really feel the pain of Arvind, the character that I portray, to be able to convey pain because you are not totally depending on the physical side of the acting. My pain of Arvind has to reach to Himanshu. And for that, I have to feel that pain. So I think it was a little tough to do this film, but I wanted to make my job difficult because I wanted to pay tribute to all the millions of people who lost somebody in COVID, especially. We shot this film in real hospital. My pain was for those momentary from the time the director said start camera, or maybe the whole day. But the people who were real, who had real patients, brothers, parents, mother, father, sister, friend, they would live with that. And I will once sit in my car and move away to the hotel. So I wanted to be sincere to them. I wanted to be 100% sensitive towards them. When I choose certain films, which I know that can have a great impact, I dedicate it to somebody in my mind. Like Saransh, I dedicated to my memory of my grandfather. Daddy, I dedicated to my father, even though he was alive. So many films I've done. This I dedicated to all the victims of COVID in my mind. It sort of makes me concentrate on that particular role.
It's extremely poignant. It's the kind of film where every character is right. It's like you see sons in Bagban, you say, what, these guys are a-holes. But you look at the son here, you look at the daughter-in-law, the brother, everyone is sort of stuck in their own challenges. It
Absolutely.
was extremely complex. In fact, your son from Kosla Gosla, Ranvir Shorey, your interaction with him, there's not a single dialogue. So how was the behind the scenes when you were shooting that?
I got Ranveer to do that one scene. It was very generous of him to do that because I wanted to get an actor who knows what pain is. His father had died just few months back, and he was very moved because sometimes you have a generation gap between father and son, and only unfortunately when parents go, you realize, oh my God, मैं थोड़ी और बात कर लेता. And when he read the scene, I said, Ranveer, एक ही scene है. And he said, I will not take any money. And I said, why? He said, आपने मुझे पहली बार पूछा है और आपकी प्रोडक्शन है तो मैं नहीं लेता. And then he said, scene बहुत अच्छा है. एक ही scene है मगर मैं इसको अच्छा करूँगा. And he did a brilliant job. And what is so amazing also in the film, after that scene, usually my character would have sort of in a normal film would have said, हाँ बिल्कुल सही कह रहा है. But when the doctor comes out and he tells me आपकी मैंने वो कहता जी मैं इसके साथ नहीं था.
Correct.
But that I have seen in hospitals because you want to have an individualistic approach towards doctor because doctor is God at that time. You
Correct.
don't want to annoy him.
Correct.
So he annoyed. I think he was brilliant in the film. In the we added one more scene of him in the end when his son dies and he has to go
You
to
don't
the
even acknowledge him there. You just
yes,
walk past him. So there's no
exactly.
active exchange. He just
I think
stares at you.
pain does not need acknowledgement.
True.
Actually, happiness needs acknowledgement. Pain is felt. You in fact shy away from sharing the pain with somebody because कभी कभी किसी को पेन से उसको उसका सामना कराना अच्छा नहीं होता है. But he was very good. Mahima, I got Mahima because Mahima was going through cancer at the time. She was doing chemotherapy. Sometimes you need, for the casting, you need people who can give a part of themselves in the film. इसलिए वो बोलती है मैं आज तुमको मिलकर बहुत खुश हूँ और वो बार बार बोलती है कि मैं वो ठीक हो जाएगी. हाँ, वो बटन बंद हो जाना चाहिए. You know, even Manoj Joshi, even doctor, he's not a villain. He said that. So nobody is a villain. So it's
There's no villain. Yes.
It's a great representation of truth, and truth always touches you.
Correct. The very reckless healthcare industry, which is chasing its own targets. You got to run the hospitals. The son who has his own frustrations, etc. You've done Koslaga Gosla, and you did a Wednesday. So there was a middle class frustration of a man which you expressed in those portrayals. Considering you are a producer here, did you shape up your own portrayal completely? What role did the director have to play here?
I am a producer because I was not given my full amount of money. So I said that, okay, don't give me full money, but give me a credit. And because I'm in any case doing the casting, I'm also talking to the hospital people.
Yeah.
So what I've done is instead of taking the money for the film, I have brought in my goodwill to the film and with the other actors. Gajendra is a very confident director, and confident directors always take good suggestion from actors. It is a non-confident person, a person who is shaky, who says, "Nahi ji, aise hi chahiye mujhe." And director comes to know that the actor is looking at it from a different point of view. I was not suggesting to him whatever changes or whatever differences I wanted to have in the film. I was looking at him from an elder brother's point of view. यार ये करते हैं तो इसमें better हो जाएगा. जैसे we tried to do the scenes in a chronological order, but possible नहीं था because किसी दिन हम रात को scene था, किसी दिन सुबह scene था. But I now get whatever work I do, even if I'm not the producer of the film, I get fully involved with the script from the beginning, from the very early stage. I make my points. We do workshops. I did workshop with the son. We two actors and even Herman. The person who is an insurance agent.
Yeah.
He's my CEO of my company. So the actor they had got was not the right person. I needed a person who has not acted before. I did not rehearse with Herman. I did not show the intensity of where I'm going to go. So when the shot started and the camera rolled, I actually started bursting out. So his face was like that. Then the newspaper sequence where the two young, they got older people.
Yeah.
For that cast. So I said, no, my nephew was an assistant in the film. I said, you become that actor. And they are non-actors. So that is what brought freshness to the film.
I just felt that your portrayal, I've seen pretty much a very large number of your films, but you won't believe it. I actually stopped my screen at 2 minutes 16 seconds because by then you had done 100 emotions. You showed that how you're a man who's not into getting pictures in social media. And then you finally say, okay, she loves it, so I'll do it for you. So you showed that you love her and then you're concerned. And I literally paused to see what has this man done. And it was 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So believe me, I'm not kidding. I would have liked to make this interview a lot more cheerful, but kudos to you. But I don't want to give away too much to the audiences, but I wish the end was different. But then that's the story you wanted to tell. Very quickly.
We like happy endings.
Yes, we do. I'm going to take a detour and quickly ask you a question around Shah Rukh Khan, because you've done 5 absolutely iconic films. Pretty much every film you've done with the man has been a super hit. Could you tell us a bit about him as an actor and him as a person?
He's a very fascinating person. He's very real. He's very enthusiastic. He's confident about himself, so he's not an insecure person.
Yeah.
And I love him for that. He has a great sense of humor. He does not really feel satisfied with life, even though he has achieved so much. He's very affectionate. He's very warm. I love him for that.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for speaking to us, Anupam. Congratulations on such a phenomenal portrayal of a middle-class man one more time. I'm really hoping that I will get to do an unplugged interview with you in Mumbai sometime. And good luck to you for many more films. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Manshu. Take care. Bye. All the best.